If anything, I know it might seem like a little bit like I don't want to involve anything political when it comes to this video, but it's really hard not to. Because, I mean, didn't the media tell us that mass shootings and violence were going to be higher than ever because of this movie? Weren't they telling us that Joker was going to incite violence and that incels were going to be shooting up movie theaters? Well, I mean, it's what, as of November 15th of 2019? Apparently, we have yet to have a mass shooting or the highest record of mass shootings in all of history because of this movie. And the media wanted this. I mean, if you look up articles about the opening weekend of Joker when Joker barely premiered, right, in movie theaters, they were saying Joker surprisingly quiet, premiere at X theater. And I'm thinking, what? So you're saying you want a shooting to happen? Is that what you want? And again, I don't. Again, as much as I do not want to involve political stuff into this video, the media pretty much already made it political. So my analysis of the Joker, to some degree, I consider this movie the Donald Trump of movies. I'm thinking the Donald Trump of movies. Here's why. When Donald Trump decided to run for election, no one took him seriously. I know I didn't take him seriously. I'm thinking that guy's not gonna win. When it comes to this movie, people weren't gonna take it seriously. Why? Because DC had a habit of making bad movies, except for Wonder Woman and Aquaman, of course. But Man of Steel, it was okay. It wasn't the best. Then you have Batman v Superman, which was a disaster. It managed to get a lot of money on the box office, but nobody liked it. It was called Batman v Superman, and yet they only fought for like 10 minutes in the entire movie. And next you have Suicide Squad, which you have Jared Leto, or in this case, I like to call him Jared doesn't want to let it go, because and he literally tried to destroy this movie's creation, right? But that's before this whole thing even started. But the Suicide Squad was a disaster. I didn't like it. I thought Will Smith was okay. I thought Will Smith to some degree carried the movie. Same for Margot Robbie. But everyone else was just eh. I couldn't care. Honestly, I can't even name the rest of the squad, to be honest. Only Will Smith and Margot Robbie, because they're the ones who at least did a good job with the role, even though they had a very crappy script. But Jared doesn't want to let it go. He ended up becoming a joke of a Joker. That guy's a joke, not the Joker. He's a joke, but he's not a Joker, not even the Joker. Okay, so again, no one took this movie seriously. At least some didn't. Because DC had a habit of making very bad movies. Another example of a very bad DC movie in the last few years, Justice League. Who would have thought that a movie with a God of Thunder, a talking tree, and a raccoon would end up grossing more money in the box office than a team with the most iconic superheroes in all of history: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash. Right? Who would have thought that a movie about a God of Thunder and then a talking tree and a raccoon would end up making more money at the box office than a team composed of one of the most iconic heroes ever? That's why no one took this seriously. Again, no one took Donald Trump seriously when he announced his campaign, and no one took this seriously when it was first announced. It's like, it's going to bomb, something like that. And then comes the trailer. And they're thinking, the trailer looks pretty good, right? The trailer looks pretty good. Same thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump starts ramping up in the polls and thinking, this guy's actually, he's actually making a name for himself. It's pretty interesting. Same thing for the trailer. But in my case, I'm thinking, they've made good trailers before. DC has made good trailers with Batman v Superman and Justice League, but they've all turned out to be failures. Same thing with Suicide Squad. When it comes to Trump, I'm thinking, well, it's still too early, right? It's still too early to even take a guess that guy might even win. He's pulling up some good numbers, but hey, they're screwing over Bernie. I might as well not take this guy seriously just yet. Then comes the second trailer, and then people think, this actually might be really good. And then comes Trump again, literally raking in all the votes and the support from the primaries. I'm thinking, this guy might actually win. And then comes in the media. They're saying Trump is a racist, Trump is a bigot, Trump is transphobe, he wants to make America great again just for white people. And then comes the media attacking after Joker. They're coming for Joker. Joker is going to promote incel violence. Joker doesn't have enough diversity. Joker stars a white man and he's going to promote all kinds of violence and shootings. And then that's when I'm thinking, that's a bunch of nonsense. And that's when I'm thinking, I'm going to watch this movie. Just because the media hates it, the SJWs hate it, I'm going to watch this movie. Now, when it came to Trump, personally, I didn't vote for him. But at the same time, I was actually pretty happy Hillary lost, because I didn't want Hillary either. They screwed over Bernie, and I was like, you know what, screw it, Bernie or bust. But that was before Bernie became a huge, hard-headed, that was before Bernie even showed his true colors, okay? The moment Bernie started to endorse Hillary, I'm thinking, you know what, dude? You tricked me. You tricked me. You deserve the worst, right? Now, Bernie, I don't support him anymore. I didn't vote for Trump, but I didn't want Hillary to win either. And then you have 3 years later, I'm wearing my Keep America Great hat, and I'm a huge supporter of Donald Trump, even though I don't agree with him on everything. But if Donald Trump's going to keep this country capitalist, I'd rather vote for him. Now, when it comes to Joker, everyone's loving it. The everyday individual loves this movie. Critics hate it. The SJWs hate it. The everyday population of the United States, they do not like Donald Trump, but they at least recognize that he's doing some good. Now, the critics in CNN, MSNBC, the SJWs, they will hate Trump even if he finds a cure for cancer. If Trump finds a cure for cancer, they're going to say, you know cancer is actually good for you, yada, yada, yada. But this movie had to fight an uphill battle just like Trump did. And I have to say, this movie deserves all the praise that it's getting. It deserves to get all of the records that it's earned. Because this movie fought an uphill battle. I didn't have faith in it in the beginning. And now I'm probably glad that this movie even managed to break $1 billion at the box office. So let's see what Variety has to say about this. On Friday, Warner Brothers' Joker will become the first. Actually, it already became. So they need to update that. It became the first R-rated movie in history to earn more than $1 million at the global box office. I've only had a cup that says Liberal Tears, and I will actually drink it, but I don't have that. I'll probably have to buy one. But anyways, keep going. This film, as envisioned by Todd Phillips and performed by Joaquin Phoenix, is an incredibly dark, hard R-rated adventure that does not attract a wide audience. So I think you're looking at a couple of really interesting reasons as to why. Variety senior film writer Matt Donnelly explains, most of all, because Joker takes place in a world of a really gritty independent film. Joaquin Phoenix's turn as the Joker marks the 7th movie in 2019 to hit the $1 billion mark. The film is only the fourth from Warner Brothers to reach said milestone, coming after Aquaman, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises, given its modest budget $62.5 million. Joker is the most profitable comic book film to this date. Despite the film's box office success, critics remain divided about the controversial Joker Todd Phillips directs, and with Robert De Niro and Zazie Beetz starring in addition to Joaquin Phoenix. And that concludes the article. It's a very short one. But like I said, I think this movie is like the Donald Trump of movies. The media hated it, the SJWs hated it, the people loved it, and then it's breaking records all over the world. Donald Trump, no one took him seriously. I know I didn't take this movie seriously either. I didn't take any of these two seriously. Then he starts going up and getting better and getting better. He's winning primaries, right? And next thing you know, 3 years later, the economy is booming, which I appreciate that. I'm definitely going to vote for him because of that. Next thing you know, he's amping up border security, which I want. I'm a Hispanic, so am I going to be called racist because I want border security and not have open borders? Nah, it's not a racist thing. He wants border security by all means. Go ahead, ramp it up, right? So like I said, you might disagree with me on this, but I think this movie deserves all the praise it's getting. And if the critics are criticizing it, that makes it even better. Because they're saying, oh, this movie isn't gonna do anything good. And I was kind of skeptical about it too. But this movie won me over. But the media has done everything they could to skewer away and scare away all the people who wanted to see it. I personally watched it on opening weekend. And I was waiting and said, okay, I'm looking at security. And a lot of theaters invested in security. And the theater that I went to, the security was a waste of money. They were just standing there looking like they actually were something special. They didn't even check us. They didn't even frisk us. Nothing. Just stood there looking all menacing and imposing with their big overweight belly sticking out over the frickin' belts. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure a mass shooter is going to be intimidated by an overweight guy. You know, you can't even reach his frickin' holster because it's literally frickin' covered by his belly fat. Okay? Yeah, because that's very intimidating. But again, I wasn't wishing for any mass shooting, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, Carlos wants a mass shooting. No. But like I said, this movie, I consider the Donald Trump of Hollywood movies. No, the critics hated it. They didn't want it to succeed. And look where it is now. It literally surpassed Deadpool 2. Okay? And then now it's like the highest R-rated film, to gross in history. And at the same time, the first R-rated film to cross $1 billion at the box office. What more can you get from this dude? If anything, Joaquin Phoenix should probably look like this, like obviously without the makeup stuff, but obviously walking away from his home, smoking a cigarette and say, screw you guys, this movie's fantastic, and look at how much money it generated. Honestly, if this movie doesn't get nominated for Oscars, I'll be pretty pissed off. But either way, everyone knows the Oscars are just about, it's just an echo chamber about, self-gratification. And, kind of like, George Clooney's, how South Park considered the Oscars. Just a liberal bubble. It's all about politics. It's not a matter of who gets the award for their best acting. No, it's about who has a darker skin color, who has a different genitalia other than a penis and testicles. That's all it is now. It's just a huge echo chamber about Orange Man bad, pretty much. But let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think Joker deserves this record? Were you guys skeptical of Joker the first time you heard about it, and then this movie won you over as soon as the media started to go against it? Do you agree with my opinion in the sense that in the way that I label this movie, considering it the Donald Trump of Hollywood movies, right? Because again, the media hated it, people love it. What more can you say? If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification button as well, that way you never miss an upload. And at the same time, I recommend that you bookmark the page if you just barely subscribe or you're a returning subscriber, because some notifications will go to spam because YouTube doesn't want to promote independent political commentary anymore, and they want to prop up more Fox News and CNN, MSNBC, more corporate media outlets instead of independent creators. So again, if you think this video is worthy of sharing, share with your friends, share with your family, anyone on social media, anyone, and like on Facebook, Twitter. If you think this video is worthy of sharing, of course. And I'll see you guys in a little bit in regards to the king of black people by the name of President Obama. For some reason, he's actually hating what the left is doing. So hopefully you guys can stick around for a little bit. And if you can't, I'll see you guys at a later time.